Hello and welcome to the second day of the Summer Game Fest. I'm your host, Chris, with my co-host, Liquid. Liquid, how are you doing the second day of Game Fest?
I'm doing well. Um, let's see here. Second day of Game Fest. Even though it's like very weird, it seems very because it's like they don't really call it Game Fest. At least I don't think they're calling the second day of Game Fest. But they've got a few things. It's on the Game Fest website. It's a little weird. But I'm calling
But
it day
Jeff
two
Keighley
Game
is
Fest.
in it.
Yeah, he's in it. He's
Jeff
he's part
Keighley.
of it. Every bit a part of it.
Yeah, I saw him, like, he's in everything.
Right.
He had a fly bomber jacket, I'm not gonna lie.
He did. He did have it. He was.
Yeah, I was watching it, I was like, oh.
All the more reason for me to just hate the man's guts.
Liquid and Jeff Keighley are mortal enemies, just Jeff Keighley doesn't know.
Yeah, we go way back, but he doesn't know that.
He has not the clue. He's probably having ramen right now or something, talking to Kojima, FaceTiming him.
You can do that, Chris. No, that's it. That's the part that hurts the most.
They're FaceTiming. They do mukbangs, but only with each other.
You say muff bangs?
Mukbangs. Do you not know what mukbangs are?
Muff bangs? No, never heard of this. I heard
Oh
muff
my God,
bangs,
well-
and my mind went to sexuality instantly.
No, mukbangs is where people eat on camera, and you like have a meal with them, and they'll just talk, answer questions. It was like huge, like 2 years ago.
Oh, thank God. That sounds
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah.
Like, just fucking eat, goddammit. Like, enjoy your goddamn food.
No.
Like,
But it's like but people who are like by themselves and they don't want to eat alone, because there are people who are like that.
Like,
We're getting off. You're getting off the
yeah, I
topic.
understand. Like, watch a damn video. I don't fucking know. Why do you have to eat
They
with
are
somebody?
watching a video.
No, but I get
They
it.
are
But
eating
you're
with
like
somebody,
you're
dude.
saying that because they can't eat by themselves. And well, then watch a video so you're entertained and eating at the same time. Like, you don't.
They
have to,
are watching the video. That's the video they're watching.
is what the people, right? Or what are you saying?
Eating and talking to them. They're doing exactly what you're saying to do.
So they're watching a video of other people eating while they're eating. Am I understanding this right?
Yes,
But
100%.
But do they speak live? Okay, so it's like think of it like Facebook Live or whatever.
can.
Like we're having like a Skype, kind of like what we're doing. Like right, it's just the only thing difference from what
Yes.
we're doing right now is we're not eating. That's the only difference you're saying.
Yeah, we're not.
Stupid. I'm drinking. I'm done with this.
Bro.
Let's get this going, please. Let's kick it off.
Anyway, by the way, I can't wait for the Patreon exclusive mukbang. You and me, baby, we're gonna do it. Anyway,
Should try it.
so look, let's start at the top.
Okay. Let's
Not
get
the best, just the
yeah
top.
yeah. Please get it out the way,
So-
please.
Koch Gaming, their showcase. Tell me, what did it beat day one, the kickoff show? Elden Ring, move out of the way, bro. Koch is in town.
No, it didn't.
Uh-huh.
Okay, no, Cock Gaming, whatever you want to call it, like Coach Gaming, I don't know. It's KOCH. I don't know what it stands for. Quite frankly, I don't care. It seems like it involved a lot of this Prime Matters stuff, and the same thing we kind of talked about this. We touched on it yesterday. They had like a sizzle reel. Looks like they went a little more in depth with it. Whatever. It was alright. Thank goodness it was at the end of today, because like everything else in the beginning was okay. It was good. It wasn't bad at all.
Mhm. So, if we weren't doing this on YouTube and it came around again next year, would you watch it again?
No, hell no. If it said Koch Gaming, whatever the hell, absolutely not. Everything else, yeah, absolutely, of course. But no, definitely not this.
So you're telling the homies that are home that are watching this, if you haven't watched it, you're not missing anything.
Absolutely nothing. Like,
I agree.
and I might even watch it next year, like just for shits and giggles. I might watch it, but I'll probably won't talk about it because if it's anything like it was today.
Honestly, I didn't even get to watch it, Liquid. I just saw it on Twitter,
Yeah.
and people were just bashing the crap at it. And all I did, and I watched like the first like 10 minutes of it, and I'm like, I felt so bad for the lady, and like she was trying so hard, and just it was like these weird cuts. I'm like, who's in charge of this?
Yeah. It was awkward. It was very jarring. They showed like 3 games, I think. It wasn't worth the time. That thing could have been done in like 20 minutes.
Yikes. Well, guys. So you heard it here first. Don't watch it. If you haven't watched it, don't watch it. You're not missing anything. They're making games. None of them are ready.
Right.
Great. All right. So now we have the second show of the day, which was Tribeca something or another. Liquid. What you think? Give me the breakdown, bro.
All right, so the breakdown. This one I did go through. I'm gonna fire these off. I actually enjoyed this a lot more. Still wasn't like setting the world on fire. I don't want to like give this like, overhyped thing here, but it was good. I mean, the games they showed just again just fired off from top to bottom. The game called Signalis. It's a third person. It's a horror game. It looks like it's action horror. It reminds even the graphics are a little like PS1 graphics. 'Cause these are all indie games, and I guess hold on, let me before I really get into this here. What this Tribeca thing is, it seems like this wasn't really more of a display of the games. It was just more of a, I guess it was the games, but it was more behind the scenes stuff, the development behind it, and sort of how games kind of like are bridging the gap between movies. There was a lot of film or people that were in film or are into film, and film inspires their work in gaming. So that's kind of like what it was. So instead of it being about the games itself, it was just more the development process behind the game.
Oh, okay.
So
That sounds pretty cool on paper.
yeah, yeah.
How was it in show?
In show, you see, because the thing is, like, when you're coming off of the Summer Games Fest day one, that was a great show, and then you got a E3 looking forward to start kicking off tomorrow. It's Sunday. It kind of falls a little flat only because you're just like, this is not what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for some game announcement. I don't really care about the development process behind it. But hey, kudos to them for still doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always cool to shout out the developers. They work hard on some of these games, and sometimes they don't get enough credit, especially these indie developers. So it's kind of
Honestly, sorry to cut you off, but
please.
I'm saying for the most part, I feel like they don't get the credit. These
Right.
these people work really hard all the time.
Yeah, they
So
bust an
you
ass.
know, so
Right.
yeah, without them, we wouldn't be here talking about video games.
Right.
So
Exactly.
yeah.
So yeah, back to what I was saying. Signalis, third person action horror. PS1 graphics gives you a little like our Resident Evil 1 feel. Maybe a little Silent Hills a little bit. So that was kind of cool. Another one called Kenna Bridge of Spirits. We've saw this game before. It was announced I think last year or the year before at E3 or something. It was on the PlayStation side. They were showing off a lot of indie games here, and that one looks more like it's like a Disney Pixar kind of game. Like a action, I guess like an action adventure. Got little cute creatures in there as well. Your natural Disney Pixar stuff. And that one seemed like I guess it was exclusive to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and actually exclusive to Epic Games. I thought that was kind of interesting at the end. Yeah, no
So the
Steam.
Epic Games Store?
Yeah, it just said
Oh,
PS4, PS5, Epic Games. That's all it said. So that's kind of surprising. And then we
yeah,
know,
that is.
especially since maybe that has to do with Sony bought a little bit of, I think they have like 2 or 3% of Epic Games that they've purchased as far as stocks and stuff like that. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe not.
Liquid, I can't. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Your computer or something is in the bottom frame.
Oh yeah, it's been there for a while. That's my computer. Here, you want me to lift this up?
Yeah.
Here,
They're just a little. But I don't know if it's gonna
Simplification.
drive you crazy later when you're editing.
No, it's funny. The whole video yesterday was actually it had that in there.
Oh, I didn't actually watch the video. I was listening to the video.
Surprise!
Anyway, I'm sorry. Keep on going. Keep on going on, Pippin.
All
I'm
right, let's go.
sorry.
Another one named Norco. I didn't really care too much about this one. It's a pixelated, very narrative based game. I've seen other narrative based pixelated style games like this, and what I've seen from them to this doesn't really hit, I guess, as well as others do. Like others do it way better. So, whatever. I mean, it's kind of, I guess it's okay. Another one named, this one's actually kind of cool, Harold Halibut. That one's more like a claymation stop and go motion. It seemed pretty interesting. You'll stop and go motion slash claymation style looking games. They kind of they speak to me a little bit. I like those a lot. They're pretty fun.
Yeah, those always have like it always grabs the eye.
Yeah,
'Cause
they're
you
very
just don't see it.
charming. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
charming's a good word for it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think charming's best way to describe it. Another one named Sable. Now it's funny because Sable we saw it yesterday, and they had what a Japanese breakfast I think is who was singing. Um,
Uh-huh.
and I'll be honest, I thought the performance was very poor, in my opinion.
I
So
skipped it
yeah,
totally.
it wasn't that good. And then the game I also think is not that good. It's kind of cartoony. They were really trying to talk about how it's a girl leaving home and exploring the world for the first time. It didn't hit the mark for me. Um, See here, what do we got? Lost in Random. Now this one was actually pretty good. This one is very Tim Burton like, Tim Burton-esque, I guess. Again, that claymation sort of stop and go motion. So back to that
Oh,
again. And
we had two claymation games in the same.
dude, they had three. So I guess they're making it. These games are kind of doing this come up.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I am too. Because let me see, it was Herald of No, maybe it was just two. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess it's just two. Two's all I have
There
written
was one
down.
yesterday.
Yeah, maybe that's
Maybe
what I'm
that's what you're
thinking. The one
thinking.
from yesterday. Yeah. So it seems like they're trying to like really uh open up with these games. The one thing is that Harold Halibut that I mentioned, the fourth game that I mentioned, they were showing kind of how they made the scenes of the game and how they kind of like physically make them for the camera and stuff like that. That was kind of cool. But yeah, that Lost in Random, like I said, very Tim Burton style. You have this little character following you. You're this girl with a slingshot. You have a little character named Dicey or something. He's a dice, six-sided dice.
Huh?
Or I guess die. Is that how you pronounce it? If it's just one dice, I think it's just a die. Could be
I,
wrong. Don't quote me on this.
I think you're right,
think
but
so
I
too.
always hate it. I feel like when people are like, "Oh, it's a die," I think like they're trying too
Yeah,
hard.
that's like saying like oh like a pair of pants. Like you say, oh the pant leg. You ever heard somebody say that before? I think that
Yeah.
sounds weird. Anyways, whatever.
Do you call it a pants leg?
I think like I think one pair. I think there's you have pants, which is more than one, and I think it's pant was for one, if I'm not mistaken.
Like, yeah, that's normal. That's normal.
Just pant without an S at the end.
Yeah, like your pant leg. Like when you're like, "Oh, put on your pant." I guess you would just put on your pants leg. Whatever, dude. It doesn't matter.
See what I'm
Keep
saying?
going.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh
Anyways.
my god.
All right. Let's see. Then you got this one. Actually, I think I enjoyed most. We've seen this, I think, from Xbox's showing last year or the year before, called 12 Minutes. I don't know if you remember this.
Oh yeah.
Now that game looks awesome, very Groundhog Day style, where it just keeps repeating over and over, and it's like by my understanding, it's supposed to be like this crime thriller. It's definitely narrative based, top down, decision making. Seems like it's a lot of point and click, which I don't like, but it's like enclosed space, so it's like it doesn't seem like it's overwhelming, so I don't mind it that much. Interactive thriller, time loop. I touched up on those, but the biggest thing is the voice actors. You got James McAvoy, who's I guess the lead character. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then you got Daisy Ridley, who's the wife.
Bro, good job, bro. People hate on Daisy Ridley. And honestly, like, just because the Star Wars movies, you can say whatever you want about. But I always thought she did a hell of a good job. I think she needs like more credit. Hopefully we see her in more things. And I'm glad she's like stepping her toes into gaming.
Yeah, no, definitely entertaining, and I'm for it. And Willem Dafoe is a narrator. So that's another big name there, Willem Dafoe. That one, it's funny. That one, another weird ending, because we saw it said Steam, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Didn't mention Series S for some reason, which usually will have the Series S/Series X. It'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't say Series S at all. I don't know why. Maybe it was an error on their part, but I made sure to write it down: Steam, Xbox One, and then Series X. So I don't know what's the deal there, but it's hey.
Go ahead. It must have been in it. It must have been. That'd be weird.
It would be weird. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think that's the best thing I've seen so far, which is that, and I guess it is an Xbox exclusive unless you're counting Steam. And then the last game they showed was the Big Con. It looks like it's about this girl named Allie, very 90s inspired. It takes place in the 90s. The colors look very radical. You know what I'm saying? They got the very radical.
To the max?
Radical to the max, dude. Radical patterns all over the place. And it's about a little girl. They called it a crime adventure. It seems like she's trying to get money for something. They didn't really touch into it too much. But it seems cool. You know, fun little adventure. But that's pretty much it. That's everything for the Tribeca stuff. That's all I really have. Any questions you have for me on that?
Honestly, you kind of any release dates or anything, or just like showing more of the games they already have?
Yeah, just showing kind of what they already have. Nothing really released. Nothing. Like I thought I wrote down one, but I guess not. I guess there wasn't any release dates. Again, this wasn't really about the game. Like it wasn't really as what we were expecting. You know what I'm saying? So you weren't really gonna see that. Like it's funny because I was looking out for where these games are gonna be on, and most of them didn't even have a splash screen at the end that said like it'll say the title, but usually underneath the title say Switch, PS5 or whatever. What the fuck? PS5.
PS5.
We had the PS5, baby. Or Xbox. Yeah, a lot of these didn't say anything at the end, so I'd assume PC for sure, but who knows where everything else is.
Huh. I don't know how to feel, but the way you're framing the show and what its intent behind it, kind of making it sound like more like pieces of art more than selling a game to us,
That,
which is weird but appreciated.
Yeah, the way that's the perfect way to describe it because it was very artsy fartsy, and I don't mean that's like shit on it. Like it was very.
It's funny because you're like a really artistic guy, and
Yeah,
it's funny that you
like
call it artsy fartsy.
right, because that's the best way I think I can explain it to people. So like, yeah, I'm into art as well, not as much as like other people, but I'm into certain art and stuff like that. And that it seemed like this was that, which is it makes sense because the Tribeca it's actually a film festival. Where they show off, indie films, a lot of stuff like that in New York City. I think it happens every spring or something. So now they're having this gaming thing, and again, it's just sort of that bridge between gaming and.
Yep, and as long as we all know, and everyone watching this is gaming over movies, am I right?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Exactly. Going on. I'm just gonna bring it up. Liquid, you can add to it if you want. I get tired of people like, man, this is a great game. I want it to be a movie.
No,
I'm like,
shut up.
why?
Shut up.
Why?
Yeah, just shut up. Like,
Yeah.
there's a reason why they don't translate too well, or it takes every once in a while to find something that's worth, I guess, watching. It really all depends. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna touch up on the next thing, but like Castlevania, the animated series, that works way better than obviously a movie. Speaking of
Yeah.
Castlevania, I don't know if you want to jump into that.
That was a great segue, bro. I was just gonna roll into it. It's now. I feel,
Hmm?
and I feel like everybody else I was on in the Twitterverse because that's how I was peeping what people's opinions were, trying to see like where the lay of the land is. Netflix had their own showcase. At first, I was real hesitant about it. I'm like, Netflix, what are you doing in my games?
Yeah,
What are you doing? Like, you have the amazing show Karate Kid,
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. Bro, so good.
It
Anyway,
really
season
is.
4 coming up.
Dude,
Jeez.
the little trailer they had at the end? The thing is, I just got done watching Karate Kid 3, not like a few weeks ago. And I'm just like, oh, like as soon as they showed the
Oh,
trailer and they got the dude in his back, I'm like, oh! Like, oh, man.
bro, God.
Yeah.
I almost dropped my phone. But I was
The
just saying,
excitement, baby.
bro, right now, Cobra Kai's Karate Kid is how you would say it technically, right?
Yeah,
Let's just say Cobra Kai.
I just say
I was,
Cobra Kai.
I,
We know what we're talking about.
probably okay. Yeah. It's just, bro, they have Netflix on their fucking back. I'm just gonna say that right now.
You think so?
Alright? Oh, honestly, yes.
Really?
Bro, I just think like right now you have The Witcher, but you have The Witcher doing its own thing, which is good, but it's all muddied with CD Projekt Red for video game, like from the lens of video gaming.
Okay.
And it's just like Cobra Kai. I just feel like it's not the best show,
Mm-hmm.
but it's better. It's way better than it ever needed to be.
I see what you mean. Yeah, no, I agree with that completely. Now, I wanted to ask just real quick here. We don't have to like really dwell on it, but like because you mentioned how like Cobra Kai's like holding up Netflix. Now you said you were speaking from a gaming standpoint. Is that what you're talking about, or you're
I
saying in
just
general?
mean, I'm saying in general, but I'm just
Really?
saying through the lens of Witcher. I just think it's a quality show, and everybody who gives it a chance always ends up talking like us.
Right.
Always like, oh my God, why am I binging Cobra Kai?
Right. No, I
Seems like
agree.
that's just a universal thing.
Yeah, Cobra
Like,
Kai is great. I don't think I think it's a little stretch to say it's holding Netflix on their back. I think Netflix has some great quality television. Have you seen Fuller House?
dude,
Just, uh,
that note.
yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna start it off at the very beginning. All right, hold on, I gotta go all the way. League of Legends, the show.
Yeah.
Liquid, have you ever played League of Legends?
Never.
Oh man.
But I'm totally
Well,
interested in the show. Like, yeah.
Best thing about League of Legends is not even the game. It's the universe that they built, the
Okay.
stories, the characters. I always thought it was the best part. Like, so I'm really interested. Like, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, I think it's called Arcane is the name of this series. It reminded me like seeing the style of the camera work reminded me a lot of Into the Spider-Verse, but with a little more frames, because Into the Spider-Verse they were cutting a lot of frames to make it look a little more comic booky. Uh, but yeah, man, I think it looks great. I'm definitely interested in. Like I said, never played League of Legends, never even cared for League of Legends that much. I've always said maybe I'll give it a chance one day. Um, but yeah, from what I saw, the little bit that we've seen, the little taste, thought it looked cool, and I'm gonna be interested in it.
Say what I constantly messing with Justin about Valorant, but Riot right now, I had to say, he, they're trying to put like they built something and they're trying to push it forward, and
Right.
I think they're making a lot of great moves right now.
Yeah, great
And,
progress.
yeah, and the character, the main was Jinx.
Hmm?
She's an ADC that's an attack damage carry. So there you go. So for the people that don't know, and I remember because when I was playing League of Legends for a little bit, she was like the new character, and
Oh,
she has like a gun turret and a rocket launcher, and she was like very cool, and they had like an awesome because League of Legends is a good thing where they'll post like cinematic like trailer to introduce the person, and it's like in this art style, so people kept on wanting like this stems from that. Like when they have a new character, sometimes they'll have like a little trailer to try to make the character and the universe feel lived in. So and everybody wanted more of that, and I'm so happy they're doing the show. I'm like, finally. I'm like, it took you too long because I don't play League of Legends anymore, and I don't think I'll ever really get back in unless like for some crazy reason. But I am 100% gonna watch this show.
yeah, and like to add on about what you were saying regarding Riot, like 'cause perfect example is me. League of Legends. I don't know what I've never played League of Legends, but I know this character's name is Jinx. Like I know the character's name. So Riot's got to be doing something right. If I know some of the characters, I don't know. I think it's
Yeah.
Jinx and then Timo is a little bear looking guy.
My boy Timo
That's
died.
the only two I know. That's the only two I know.
Timo reporting for duty. If you know, you know. All right. So, yeah, the art looks sick. Anyway, and okay, so something was happening in this show. They were dropping
Oh,
little hints.
yeah.
Hashtag Who is Wesker? Now we're not gonna get into because that's how we're probably gonna finish it. But what do you think of that?
I mean, it was kind of cheesy, I guess, especially because like when you hear the person talking, you already know who it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Zavala.
yeah, exactly. Zavala. This dude was in Castlevania anime. He was in Horizon Zero Dawn. He worked with like Remedy, who made Quantic Dream. Um, yeah, like this dude, he's in a lot of games. I feel like he's a little. I wish I would hear more accents out of him because he just has this one,
No.
which is his signature voice. So maybe that's people are just like, listen, I just want you to be you. That's it. Like I don't want. Oh, he was in what was I thinking of? John Wick.
On Wick.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that
I was waiting for you to say
I was
that.
like, dude, I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm missing one. Whatever, we'll get back to it. But yeah, John Wick as the front desk dude. But yeah, like he has his distinct voice. It's funny because watching Castlevania, he tries to do this like kind of like I guess Jamaican or Caribbean accent. Doesn't really work too well. I'll be honest with you, it's really not good. But yeah,
Uh,
like so you know it's his voice. Named Lance. Put it down. Lance Reddick. His voice.
Well, we'll get to it
But yeah,
later. Lance
we'll touch
Reddick,
more on it.
you hear it, it's going on in the background. It is cheesy, but I think with video games you can be a little cheesy.
Yeah, you
I
get
don't
away.
mind the cheese.
Yeah, you get it away with that.
Don't
Like
mind.
I like it cracks a smile.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, here we go. You're trying to tease the thing, and I'm like, I like that they're trying to build. I appreciate them trying to build a narrative in their show.
Right.
All right, so um, so you had the Cuphead cartoon.
Yeah.
They said who's gonna be Dice Head.
Right.
It's Wayne fucking Brady.
Yep. Wayne Brady. It's so funny. Is it Dice? Is it Dice King? I
Dice
think.
Head?
I think it's Dice King.
I thought it was Dice Head.
I think it's Dice King
Or
or
maybe
King
because they had a
Dice.
Dice Head.
He does have a dice head though. Not too far.
Oh, yeah.
Or is it a die?
Okay.
I don't know. It's a
Shut
single
up.
dice.
We'll
Anyway.
have to ask Wayne Brady.
Yeah, but dude, Wayne Brady, like the voice and the like, even when he was talking, like I'm like, oh, he's got this like Louisiana, like you know, the voice he was doing is like, oh man, it's cool, man. I like his the voice that he's doing for this character, and you know, he's talking in rhymes. You know, he's very like, ooh, I can't trust this guy, but I like him. You know, and I do wish because they showed a little brief snippet, I guess, of the animated short there, and it looked awesome. Like Cuphead, I feel like I'm surprised this hasn't been done sooner. Like I'm surprised Cuphead didn't come up with a cartoon with the game like following at the same time, just because it looks like it needs to happen. Personally, this is just me nitpicking. I wish it was a little more grainy, like look a little more old school. But hey, I get it. Maybe they do want the kids to play. No kid's gonna watch a cartoon that looks like Steamboat Willie and those old Disney cartoons. So I get it, but I'm still for it. Yeah, I'm excited. This probably was the most excited thing I've seen.
Really?
Yeah,
this was like Liquid's high point.
Yeah, this was the one that got me the most. I was like, holy crap! Like this is dope. Like I really liked it. And then with Wayne Brady, it was just like icing on the cake.
Honestly, like I feel like it's always like Wayne Brady is always underrated, but yet like highly rated.
Yeah.
And it just makes me feel that like the voice acting, I'm like, if Wayne Brady's on it, that man oozes talent.
He does.
So, I'm like, if that's the caliber of actor they're bringing to the show, you have like I was already sold with Cuphead, but then when you start seeing like whoever it's oh man, what is it called when the person has brings the cast director. There you go. The cast director, whoever bringing these people together, I'm like they know what they want, and I'm like okay, with this, I'm already intrigued. Like you pulled me in, like not just from being a nerd.
Right.
So I left out the art and everything looks amazing, just like normal Cuphead. Like art wise, you just do more Cuphead.
Yeah.
And we're all here for it. All right, at least this fan base, I'm gonna say. So we're gonna go to the next thing, Castlevania. Good. Have you ever watched Castlevania?
I'm on season 3 right now. I'm finishing it up. I actually skipped this a little bit because it was showing season 4, and I was like, I'm not watching this right now. So I didn't want to get spoiled from it. And besides, we already know that Castlevania season 4 is the final season. So I didn't really feel like I'm like, okay, they're showing this off, but it's kind of like just to fit it in there. I didn't feel like it really to help or hurt the series. I guess it would help if somebody didn't watch it. Yeah, there you go.
I haven't watched it, and I was like, I feel like I'm getting spoiled, and I didn't even know because I don't even know what's happening. I'm like, I feel like I'm being spoiled right now. And then the people I was watching, they were like, oh, this is a lot of spoilers. I'm like, oh, okay, I wasn't supposed to know all this.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. I'm like, the only thing I have at the time, like, when you're looking at the answer but you don't know the question,
right?
That was basically happening. I'm sure I watched a couple episodes and I could just piece it together. But I'm like, man, I forgot how cool this looks. And I like it, and then they're doing the spin-off show, which I thought, I'm like, hey, the show's hitting, it's doing great. You don't want to chop it off at the knees.
Right. I didn't even know about the spin-off show. I mean, this is news to me, because like I said, I skipped it, so I didn't really...
Oh, yeah, you did. They're doing a spin-off show.
Wow. About, is it... Do you
I can tell you what it's about, but I can't because it's probably spoiler. That's the problem. So I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, we'll leave it alone. But hey, I'm sure it looked cool. If it's Castlevania, it looked cool as hell.
The action scenes, I could see why people love the action scenes.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, this is super rad.
They get better as the seasons go.
Okay. All right. So the next thing, it's funny because during this show, we got another, I called it Zavala break.
Oh, yeah. Zavala break.
Yeah. I'm just like, eyes up, Guardian.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, dude. So, and after that, we got Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Liquid, how do you feel about Splinter Cell?
Well, I am a fan of Splinter Cell, whether you like it or not, Chris. I like Splinter Cell. All right? And the funny thing is, this is such an ongoing joke. And who knows, maybe this is just little teases, hey, wink, wink, nod, nod to what's maybe going to happen tomorrow. Ubisoft is doing their Ubisoft Forward tomorrow, so maybe we'll hear some more news on Splinter Cell in general, because we're getting everything Splinter Cell except for a game. We're getting everything Splinter Cell except for a game. Sam Fisher's showing up in everything except for his own game.
Me and Ubisoft have a lot in common. We don't care about there being a Ubisoft game.
You ain't lying. Like so
me and Ubisoft, we get each other, dude. We put Sam Fisher in everything except its own game.
Yeah. Now I'm okay with it being an anime. I think it sounds great. I'm definitely gonna watch it for sure. But yeah, if it's anything like even if it's half as good as Castlevania's, I'm gonna.
All jokes aside, I did think the picture reveal of Sam Fisher was like really meh.
Yeah, it didn't really. It was dark. It wasn't really. They didn't really show anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like.
I wrote like. Good. I was like, I just wrote on my notes. I wrote meh. And I was like, wait, this is it? I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not even that cool of a thing. And I just saw Castlevania. How are you gonna show something so visually impressive, and then you're gonna show me like a still, and the still didn't even look that cool?
Yeah, that kind of tells. I feel like that tells us there's gonna be some. Maybe there'll be more about it tomorrow. I don't know. I'm hoping, but whatever. Until then, we could wait.
Yeah.
I'll finish up on Castlevania.
Okay, so my get hype moment of the show, Captain Laser, Captain Laser Hawkeye,
Hawk. Okay.
Captain Laser Hawk Blood Dragon remix. There
Right.
you go.
Yeah, that's it.
What a ridiculous and amazing fucking name for a show. Like the 80s synthwave style, and I always forget his name. I always think he's a little pretentious, but I'm like, for a good reason, because he makes good shit. He was the main guy who was talking, but normally he wears crazy makeup. I'm glad he brought it up. He's like, hey, you probably don't recognize me without the makeup. And I was like, okay.
M. Night Shyamalan.
No, not M. Night
He kind of
Shyamalan.
looked like him. It's just this guy had dreads, which was kind of cool. Like,
He's very eccentric. Like, all jokes aside, like, he's a very
no,
eccentric
because like
creator.
I had no idea who this guy was when I first saw him. Like, I know you mentioned him. I'm like, well, I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen this guy in my life.
Yeah, no, he's used to like he said in the conference, but he used to make like the violent versions of like shows he watched as kids, and they were huge on the internet. But like he said during the trailer, he was getting cease and desist orders left and right. But the thing is, it was just this hodgepodge of like, man, I should stop doing it, but also people are loving it. And then he was like, and then he was getting job offers. People were like, hey, stop doing it, but we like your style. It's just crazy. So I'm glad to see him.
Edgy, I like it.
Yeah, because I guess it's off of like the style is off of Far Cry. Like they made like a DLC.
Yeah, I have it. I played it actually. So
how was it?
It's called Far Cry Blood Dragon. It's DLC to Far Cry 3, if I'm not mistaken. It's amazing. It's way shorter than your normal Far Cry game. Just like a little little taste of what Far Cry offers. But yeah, very synthwave. You're shooting guns that have lasers. The enemies look like something out of Battlestar Galactica. You know what I'm saying? The music is very synthwave. Like it's awesome. And then the main character is a dude. He's from The Walking Dead, and he plays Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
He does the voice.
Yeah.
And dude, and the game is so over the top because it's just like so like just the writing in it is so good because like he talks about how like the only promise I kept was to Lady Liberty. Like it's so 80s, dude. It's so cool. Like you have to watch it. I mean, you have to play it. I mean, like one day. Like it's actually really good. So the fact that they were making this and then like the animated series, it seems like it's just gonna be right on point with that. So yeah, dude. I agree. I think it looks the name. So anybody would probably think it's ridiculous, but for the game, that style of game and what that game offers, that's the perfect name.
Yeah. To say I wasn't impressed was an understatement. Like to me, I was like, this is the hype. This is like I love the way the character looks, the art style. And I would expect nothing else, and I like that he tried to like these are Elseworld stories. So again, it gives you that lets you. Elseworld, for people that don't know, it's like, hey, this is the normal rules. This is what happens when we break those rules of the universe. And it was just real cool. Honestly, I just dug everything about it, dude.
Yeah.
It was just so good. I enjoyed the presentation and everything. I honestly, I'm day one 100% gonna watch this. I loved it, and I had no idea. Like through the representation, like or the presentation. I mean, I'm sorry. I knew that's how I knew it was from Far Cry. I was like, oh damn, dude, this is just good. Like I can recommend this to other people.
Yeah.
I dug it a lot. To defeat the Huns. Anyway, Hans? I said Huns. I said Hans. Whoever Hans is, we're gonna kick his ass.
Hans.
Anyway.
Hans Zimmer, the composer, the legendary composer for The Lion King, Interstellar, Inception.
Hans Zimmer, if you don't watch your tone, boy, you're gonna get one of these. All right. I was watching Netflix and what? Oh fuck! Jeff Keighley blinked at me in Morse code. He's like, Hans Zimmer, you don't want these hands. And I'm like, whoa, bro, to me. And he's like, also, me and Kojima are best friends. And I was like, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't
things.
know why he told me that,
Like
bro. He needs to stop tweeting you.
the worst part of Death Stranding was when I saw Jeff Keighley.
Bro, he was
When I
just,
delivered for Jeff Keighley. That's the worst part. I think he wanted some stupid toys or something. Ah, I hate that guy.
bro.
I'm like, I'm gonna damage his shit on purpose. Oh, shaking the packages.
He like this kid. It's a 1 star.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
just hitting
exactly.
it.
I'm like, you know what? I try to S rank this whole game. Not today though. God.
Man, this game is terrible. Anyway, all right,
Fantastic game.
Liquid. We're about what a atrocious game. Anyway, so now we get to so they show this clip of Witcher 2 season
Is
2.
that what's called, the clip? Is that what you call that?
It was basically a bunch of clips.
That thing was like 2 seconds. I would barely call that a clip. Like I'd call that a blink. You blink it and you miss it. Like they had to play it three
Yeah,
times. that, sh-
frame by frame.
that shit pissed me off.
I I thought it was the most gamer thing that happened on the show. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, because you see that in YouTube where people doing frame by frame breakdowns and
Right.
shit like that. So I was like, I gave it. You're right, but I gave it a pass.
See, I didn't like that. I'm like, wait, hold on. Don't do that. We do that. All right. We do the work. All right. You don't do that shit. Like don't make that part of your show just because you're out of ideas. Just because you didn't want people to bitch about your little 2 seconds of B-roll for The Witcher, whatever the hell it is, whatever you want to call that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you play it again because the dude said he missed it. I missed it too, but I could easily rewind. Don't play it again for me unless I ask for it. And then they're gonna do it a third time, frame by frame. I'm like, whatever. So I'm
They
sorry.
thought they saw Henry Cavill naked in a hot tub, bro.
It's
You gotta
funny
check.
because they brought that up, and I'm like, okay, fine, let me wait. And I was waiting for it. I was looking for it. But I'm like, didn't we get that in season 1 already? Did we get Henry Cavill and fucking like, come on?
Yeah, but honestly, dude, like Henry Cavill, if there's a chance guy might be in a hot tub again, we go for it.
Oh, of course,
Superman.
obviously. It's something for
Respect that name.
The Witcher, something for the men and the ladies, something for everybody.
So, Superman. Anyway, so did you watch season 1?
Oh, The Witcher? Yeah,
Hmm.
enjoyed it.
Are you excited for season 2?
I am. I kind of hope, like, cause the thing is with The Witcher, like, I know they were doing the whole like every episode kind of like jumped timelines, like it was like all over the place a little bit, which I didn't like that too much. Like, I wish they would have stayed away from that. I feel like the last time I saw that happen was with a little game called Beyond Two Souls, which was wow, like what a clusterfuck of a fuck. But whatever. And it didn't work then, and I don't think it really works now. But it was still quality, production quality. Chris, put your thumbs down. Thank you. It was a no. Get it out of here.
I'm sorry.
We'll kick you out of the chat here, the Discord.
All right, I won't do it anymore. What's happening? Oh, no.
Bro,
Oh, no. I didn't know how this is happening.
I may or may not edit those thumbs out.
I hope it's just like this.
I doubt it. It'd be like two cartoon thumbs coming up. Anyways. But yeah.
It's just like the thumbs on the top end up on the bottom somehow. It's just like one of these.
But,
Anyway,
yeah.
too much.
Yeah, I liked season 1. I still enjoyed it. I hope they go away from the jumping around, but if they don't,
I already said they were.
they were okay. Even I mean, whether they did or didn't, like it doesn't make it or break it. Like I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I watched like the first couple of episodes. It kind of lost me, and I did the thing where like, all right, I'm gonna watch this right quick, but I'm gonna come back to The Witcher, and then I never did.
Always happens.
But I did, but that Bob, like toss a coin to your Witcher.
Oh valley of plenty, oh valley
Bro,
of plenty. That was good too. Sometimes I'll catch myself singing it, like just randomly, like it'll just pop in my head. I don't know why, cause yeah, it goes so hard. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't need to go that hard,
Yeah.
and he did.
He
and
Hans
we're all
Zimmer
better
the
for
shit out of it.
Hans Zimmer. Anyway, and so that's gonna lead into the next thing. It's gonna be a Witcher sandwich at the end, but we're gonna do some little Resident Evil.
Mhm.
You saw Zavala with a bunch of girls,
Rest of the cast.
but a bunch of like they didn't.
I just
Like,
realized you're right. It was all
they break it down.
it was all females, right?
Yeah,
Besides,
it was him and like 5 girls.
I didn't even realize that at first. I'm like, wow.
And I was like more confused because it's just like it was just weird. I was just like, why, what's happening?
Yeah.
And I was interesting. I haven't heard anyone say that, but like the West, like he plays Wesker Zavala. Like I keep on calling him Zavala. I'm just gonna go into. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
that's fine.
but
Everybody knows.
yeah, and I thought like making Zavala or Wesker like played by a black actor, and I was like, that's interesting, and I never thought about it, but I was like why the fuck not?
The
Like
the funny thing is
the
is that like I guess with this is this gonna be that the movie starring Leon Kennedy or is this something completely different?
I think it's a show.
I
I
guess I
know they
really
were
don't
making a
know.
show for Netflix,
Oh,
but
okay.
I
Oh, so
think
this
that's
might
okay.
be
I was
a live action show you're saying, right?
yes,
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
yeah, I think that's
It'd
what
be
they
interesting.
said.
We'll see. Wesker's kind of a boring character in my opinion. That's probably a hot take. I don't know, but I mean,
I
come
don't
on.
think it's a hot
Yeah,
take.
my man just sunglasses, slick back blonde hair, and he just talks. He talks like this. My name is Albert Wesker. Jill, you had no
That
idea.
that man did catch a rocket with his bare fucking hands though.
Dude, that had to be the most gangster shit I've ever seen. Dude. Yeah, it was that shit was wild. That's when he peaked.
Yes. I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fuck this guy. I'm gonna shoot a rocket. He'll
Resident
never
Evil
see it
5,
coming.
right? Resident Evil 5 is when he did that. Yeah.
Bro,
My man just straight up just like, oh my god. Like,
you run from that.
yeah. If a man catches a, yeah, like, note to self, if a man catches a rocket, you go the opposite way. You run the opposite way, like, as quickly as
Yeah,
possible.
yeah. You don't want any of that smoke, dog.
Hell
Because
no.
because there's a chance you may have pissed him off,
Right,
and like he just caught a rocket. You
right,
don't even know what he's gonna do to you.
right. He could rocket you about
Um,
to catch the hands.
oh no.
Yeah, you don't want that. The same
Yeah, I
hands
don't want
that
that
caught
at
the
all.
rocket. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want
No,
rocket hands.
no. Rocket hands. Then actually, I do want rocket hands. This
No,
has awesome rocket hand.
no, no. He has rocket hands. You don't want to experience the
Oh,
other end of
I
the
don't.
rocket hands.
No, I don't, because
Yeah.
it's like this is a Dragon Ball Z code where Android 16. He took off his hands and punched Cell with it, and he shot it at him, and he hits him with it.
What?
But he could take off his hands, and it's a whole thing. You just know that it's cool. That it's just cool. It's great.
I'll
Anyway,
take your word for it.
just know it's cool, okay?
Okay.
All right. And last and maybe least,
Yeah.
WitcherCon.
Yeah.
CD
It's
Projekt's call to please love us again.
yeah. CDPR, CD Project Red, whatever you want to call it. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Bethesda when Bethesda was like really, I mean not Bethesda, I'm sorry, EA when EA was really like taking a shit like with the whole Star Wars Battlefront 2 and all their microtransaction stuff and
Mm.
then their the Battlefield stuff and then they came out with this like showing at E3 and it was just like look guys look we're working on Jedi Fallen Order and they didn't even have a title screen they just talked to the director who was just like it looked like he got
Oh
caught
my.
off guard remember that yeah that's what this felt like this
Ah.
feels like this might be aiming that way like hey guys we got a CD Projekt Red and not only that it's like CD Projekt Red and Netflix presents WitcherCon and it's just like yeah maybe they're trying to get more just some more I'm sorry I think CD Projekt Red is their name is severely tainted now at this point dude it's now we still don't have the I was gonna say The Witcher. We still don't have Cyberpunk on PlayStation. Still in the
Mm.
PlayStation Store. That's freaking wild.
People, there's a hot rumor going around right now
All right.
of why Elden was okay. WitcherCon, it's coming. It's lame. No
Whatever.
one cares. All right, that's the end of the show, guys. But I'm just gonna say this: there's a little drama that's hitting a little on the rumor mill,
Ooh.
talking about yesterday. Because you have to remember, this weekend the news is happening in real time, baby.
Right.
So we're getting this. But people are saying that the reason why
Ring.
Elden Ring went on yesterday and not on Xbox. Apparently, Xbox wanted to pay to have it on their show, and Elden Ring said no because they didn't want to piss off PlayStation. And I basically have a situation they say is Jeff Grubb. He's like a notorious leaker. He tends to be right more times than not. But he was kind of speculating on his podcast that well, he heard it from somebody, but then he, extrapolates that he didn't want to. So it's how like it's been well over 100 days and CD Projekt Red not on PlayStation, like you said,
Right.
and they're like because Cyberpunk, remember, marketed through Xbox.
Right, I remember they had a whole Xbox edition or Xbox
So
Cyberpunk
there's a
edition.
little yeah. So there's a conspiracy that's why Elden Ring didn't like do on their own show, Bandai Namco and or Xbox, because they didn't want to like make it like an Xbox thing, and they thought Jeff Keighley was a good avenue
Hmm.
for that to be like I was gonna say like gender neutral, but console neutral.
Yeah. Well,
That's the hot rumor. That's all it is.
see,
So
no,
take
I
it with a
get that,
grain of
but it
salt.
doesn't make sense to me, I guess. Because like, let's say you're like, oh yeah, we don't want to piss off Sony. We're just like, well, how are you kind of pissed? I guess I'm trying to figure out how would they piss off Sony? Like deals like that happen all the time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but it was a blow. I know it's so dirty now,
Right. Yeah, no, back then it
Cyberpunk,
was
but
huge.
remember,
Yeah, Keanu
yeah,
Reeves on
like,
the Xbox show. Granted, that's all they kind of had in my opinion, but like besides that, they were just announcing like development studios that they purchased. That was it. That was all that show was,
yeah,
and then Cyberpunk at the end. Um, but I don't know. Like I always just always felt like, look, the deals go down behind the scenes. You know where the marketing happens. Like it's just like you don't like it, you pay up the fucking money. That's what it is. So I don't know. Even if it, I guess, because like even if PlayStation gets upset, what are they gonna do? Not fucking sell the game on their platform? Come on now.
you say that, but where the fuck is CD Projekt Red? Where the hell is Cyberpunk?
It's a
They
broken
don't.
game. It's a broken game.
They. Oh yeah, because there's never been a broken game on PlayStation.
Not to this extent. Like we're like there's been
Well,
broken games, but like we're talking about CD Projekt Red. This the hype behind this game was unreal, right?
yeah, but think about it. Yeah, yeah, no, you're right. But I'm just saying, like, they're a business. They're here to make money. They're saying no to money. When the CD Projekt, look,
I'm just saying if you see the
well,
pop that Elden Ring had, it would make no sense for Sony to feel that way.
this is a hot rumor. I'm just saying, I don't, it could be nothing. This is like literally happening today, yesterday for the
Right.
people watching at home.
I guess so.
Anyway, that's a little bit of tea I
Right.
added at the end of the show. Liquid overall, what do you think of I'm gonna say the Netflix. The other ones we already covered. Like,
Yeah,
so Netflix.
it was most about Netflix, and I liked it. I went away happy. So absolutely.
The Witcher stuff seemed a little desperate to me. The Resident Evil stuff, I was just like, it was like a picture of them being like super serious and then happy. And
Yeah.
I was just like, but everything else I thought was, honestly, I thought the first and second part of the show
Hmm.
was better.
Yeah, it was no, it definitely was better. Solid, definitely solid.
Yeah, yeah. So, guys, I'm gonna say we're gonna wrap this up for today's episode. Thank you for so much. And if you got to this point and you're going off on it, you see our little tangents, please like, subscribe. All the links will be down below. You can follow us on Patreon for exclusive content that you won't catch anywhere else. All right. So, guys, thank you so much. I've been Chris. That's my boy Liquid. Oh no, that's my boy Liquid.
I'm
He's
on this
over
side.
there. Yeah, yeah, he's over there. And we'll talk to you. Oh yeah, before I leave. Apparently we pulled an audible a little bit, and we're gonna have a live react
Oh,
on
that's right.
Twitch.
Right.
So I should have started off the show this way. Oh well. But if you're at this point, just we're gonna have a live reaction. Please come by, keep us company. We're gonna be talking to you. You're gonna see me pop for Halo, guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
So that's something you're interested. Make sure to watch on Sunday. All right, guys. Peace and love. Peace.